Hey there friends, today I'm going to make this winter snowflake wreath. So I start with an 18-inch beaded hoop and some angel hair vine, and that is some brown floral wire, and I cut off part of the angel hair vine and I'm just wrapping it right along the hoop. So here I'm just taking a little sidebar to make the bow for the wreath, and I'm measuring out about an 8-inch tail. So I pinch it and twist. I put it in my bow maker there just to help me. The bow maker is kind of like a third hand. And I'm going to measure out about a 6-inch loop. So there I am measuring, taking it all the way to 6 inches. And I'm showing you this in real time, so I do take a while to make my bows, but I just want to make them nice and have a nice fluffy bow. So I pinched it and then I twisted it just to show the right side of the ribbon. And for this loop, again, I'm going to measure out to 6 inches. So there, I know I'm going to pinch it right there. And I'll put it into my bow maker, and now I don't have to twist it because it's already on the right side of the ribbon, and I'm going to use that as a tail. Although with this ribbon, the right side, there really is no right side or wrong side. They both look pretty much the same. So I know you can't see it, but I'm cutting the ribbon off for the tail. Sorry for the little delay here. So I'm getting the snowflake ribbon, and I'm gonna do pretty much the same measurements. I'm gonna do about an 8-inch tail that goes on top of the loops. And there I'm pinching and twisting the ribbon just so I can make sure to show the right side of the ribbon. And I'm gonna make about a 6-inch loop. So I'm measuring on the bow maker, and the same process, I'm going to pinch the middle and twist. And of course, both of these ribbons are wired. It's best to use wired ribbon for your bows. It just ensures that your bow is going to stay nice and fluffed. And here I'm making the second loop with this snowflake ribbon. I'm going to do the same thing, measure out 6 inches. And then I find the middle and I just pinch. I'm not going to twist it here because I'm just going to leave it on that side, and that is going to be my tail. So I'm just having 2 tails go up and 2 tails go down. One tail of each ribbon on top and on bottom. And then I decided I really wanted another ribbon. So this is about a 1-inch ribbon, navy blue, a navy blue solid. The other 2 ribbons are 2.5 inches wide. So here I'm just kind of matching my loops. I'm matching my tails to the longer tails there on that side of the bow. And then I think I made these loops a little bit shorter. They're about 5 inches. But same process. I pinch in the middle and then twist. And this one too doesn't really have a right side or a wrong side to the ribbon, but I just make it a habit to always twist. And I think it actually it'll give you like a tighter center, and it'll give you a nicer fluff to your loops, I think. But I just make it a habit to do it. So there I'm cutting the tails on both sides, and those are going to be on the bottom of the bow. So I'm pulling it out, making sure to keep my bow together. And that is just some floral wire. I get that at Walmart. And I like using floral wire for my bows. I just find it easy, and it's pretty thin, so you're not going to be able to see the whatever you're using. Like if you were to use a zip tie or something, I feel like that's thicker and it might be easier to see in your wreath. So I like to use floral wire, and then I just take these little needle nose pliers and then I twist just to make the center really tight to ensure that my bow's not going to fall apart. And I think it just makes your bow more fluffy when you have a tight center. So I'm just twisting it there. And I'll use that same floral wire. You see the big loose ends there? I'll use that to attach it to my wreath. So there I'm just kind of fluffing out the loops. So you always are gonna, when you're making a bow or attaching it to a wreath, it's always, your bow's always gonna get smashed, so you're gonna be fluffing it at multiple stages throughout the process. So there I'm just fluffing and running my hand down the wire, and that really makes, that gives the ribbon a nice curl. And then here I'm just giving the 2.5-inch ribbon a dovetail. And for the 1-inch ribbon, I just cut in a slant, which I don't think I show you in the video, but I just cut it at an angle. So that just gives the bow a nice finish. And here I'm starting to put the wreath together. So I'm going in with this cedar, and I put hot glue. I just use a regular glue gun. I put hot glue on the end of my stem, and I stick it into the angel hair vine, much like a grapevine wreath. And since these pieces were kind of long, I wanted to secure it a little bit in the middle just to ensure it's not going to fall off, because you're only hot gluing the very end of the stem. So here I use some of the same brown floral wire just to secure that stem onto the wreath. And there I added the bow, so all I did was just put it in the middle of the two stems, and then I secured it in with the floral wire that was on the bow. And here I'm just adding in more greenery. So I had like the cedar that I started off with, and then I'm adding in that frosted pine or flocked pine. So I like to vary the greenery in my wreaths just to give it more interest and more dimension. And here I'm adding some gold, it's like gold, little gold leaves in there. So I just add that throughout the wreath. And then here you can see that I've added some gold berries, and I just added that throughout the wreath. And I added some snowflakes. I just went in with some hot glue and I hot glued them right into the cedar or the pine. And then I hung a couple of snowflakes from the middle of the wreath, and I just used some fishing line just to tie it around the wreath. And here it is. I hope you like it and you give me a follow or subscribe to my channel. And I hope you like this wreath. Tell me what you think in the comments. Alright, thanks for watching.